Precisely 1:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. It has been confirmed that imported coconut oil contained cancer carcinogens. It is compulsory to take the second dose of the vaccine to complete the immunization against COVID virus. State Minister Nimal Lanka says houses were constructed by destroying environment during the previous government. 20 Saubagya production villages implemented in the Colombo district. A final decision to conduct the forthcoming New Year next week. News overseas, Indonesian President condemns suicide attack outside church. Local news in detail now. Consumer Affairs Authority is ready to make a special investigation in the coconut oil in bottles. The oil storages of 4 institutions that were imported oil have been investigated after confirming that it contains aflatoxin that leads to cancer. The coconut oil trading centers are being investigated. 100% of coconut oil samples have been directed for investigation. Dr. Chandima Jeevandara of the Sri Jayawardhanapura University says the second dose of the vaccine should be taken definitely to complete the immunization against COVID-19 virus. He also pointed out that the persons who took the first dose of AstraZeneca vaccine should take the second dose of it as well. Further researches are being conducted worldwide. The researchers have confirmed that 80% of groups who have taken the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine have shown high immunity level after taking the first dose. Meanwhile, participating in the Subharati program of the SLBC, Army Commander General Shavendra Silva said that there is some decrease of COVID-19 cases in the country. State Minister Nimal Lanka says that it is hilarious to see some groups who destroy the environment and national resources speak about the environment. He said currently the defeaters are appearing as environmentalists. Houses were constructed destroying forests and archaeological places during the previous regime. The economy of the country also collapsed during that period. The national resources were sold to foreign countries. He made these remarks participating in a program held in the Vattala area and said 500 saplings will be planted this year. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news. Continuing with more stories here at home. Colombo District Secretary Pradeep Yasaratna says that 20 villages in the district is to be identified to implement the Saubagya Production Village Program under the Saubagya Dakma Policy Manifesto. The objective of this program is to enhance the living conditions of the people who are engaged in self-employment ventures of the low-income families. 15 million rupees have been allocated for each village. Foreign Employment Bureau has utilized another 14 hotels to quarantine the migrant workers who have registered with the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau and gone abroad for employment, and those who are unable to pay will be quarantined at the expense of the government. He said this program will be implemented from next week. That's local news.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The National Operational Center of Prevention of COVID-19 says that the final decision will be taken regarding the conducting of forthcoming New Year Festival next week. The relevant recommendations to conduct New Year Festival has already been directed to the Health Services Director General. The final decision is to be taken after directing it to the Health Technology Committee.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhaleba.
And on Watch Live, the Department of Registrations of Persons has requested the public to contact the department and reserve a prior date before visiting the DRP offices to obtain their national identity cards. DRP Commissioner General of the department, Vianney Gunathilaka, said that reserving the date to obtain NICs was mandatory, as no one would be allowed to visit without a confirmed appointment. He said information can be obtained by calling over the telephone numbers 011 522 6126 and 011 522 6100. That's on Watchlight.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. Indonesian President condemns suicide attack outside church. Mexico revises coronavirus death toll up by 60%. Kurdish-led campaign underway to raid Al-Hol camp of IS. World News in detail. Indonesian President Jokowi has condemned the suicide attack outside a church on the island of Sulawesi and called it an act of terrorism. The president said that he has instructed the police to carry out a thorough investigation into the incident. The blast took place at the gate of the Sacred Heart of Jesus Cathedral in Makassar, the capital of the South Sulawesi province. The explosion occurred yesterday when worshippers had just completed their Sunday palm services. At least 19 people have been injured in the incident. Mexico has published revised figures indicating that the number of deaths caused by coronavirus is 60% higher than previously reported. More than 321,000 people are now believed to have died from COVID-19 in the country. The revised toll places Mexico with the second highest number of COVID-related deaths in the world after the US. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has faced widespread criticism over his handling of the crisis. Finally on World News, Kurdish-led security forces made arrests inside a camp in northern Syria holding family members of Islamic State group members. The operation at Al-Hol camp was aimed at rooting out IS followers after violent incidents, some fatal. Several dozen people are reported to have been killed there this year. An IS recruiter and 8 others were arrested at the camp, which also houses refugees and internally displaced people. That's on World News.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
Measures have been taken to introduce a new online system for local authorities to approve construction plans. This system has already been initiated as a pilot project for the Kota Municipal Council and Gampaha and Kalathura Pradesh Sabhas.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
And on sports news, the second Test cricket match between Sri Lanka and West Indies will begin today at 7:30 p.m. in Antigua. The first Test match played between the two nations ended in a draw. Pathum Nissanka, who participated in the first Test match, recorded a century. Sri Lanka have failed to win a Test series in the West Indies in 4 attempts, though the last 2 series were drawn. Suranga Lakmal needs 6 more wickets to climb to 4th in the all-time Test wicket taker list for Sri Lanka. Niroshan Dikwala now has scored the most 50s without converting to a century. He has scored 2,291 test runs in the process. The most runs scored without a century is 3,154 by Shane Warne. That's on Sports News.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
IT Gallery Computers Private Limited is the leading distributor of video surveillance solutions and the national distributor of Hikvision in Sri Lanka has launched a fully fledged Hikvision Experience Centre in the city of Jaila. The aim of this company is to transform the customer's journey to a new direction. IT Gallery has deployed a well-trained and experienced team at the new showroom in its efforts to provide a holistic experience while fostering long-lasting relationship with customers.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on economic news, Industrial Minister Vimal Veeravansa said the proposed national policy of industries to safeguard, encourage and promote Lankan industrialists and entrepreneurs will be brought before the Cabinet of Ministers for their approval within the next 2 weeks. A large number of local industrialists, manufacturers and entrepreneurs received certificates and awards for the excellent service done by them to improve the Sri Lankan economy to a greater extent during last year.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And on the weather update, the Met Department says showers or thunder showers will occur at a few places in the Sabaragamu, southern, western, central and Uva provinces during the evening or night. Mainly fair weather will prevail elsewhere. Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
A quick look at the headlines before we wind up this bulletin of news. It has been confirmed that imported coconut oil contained cancer carcinogens. It is compulsory to take the second dose of the vaccine to complete immunization against COVID virus. State Minister Nimal Lansa says houses were constructed by destroying environment during the previous government. 20 Saubhagya production villages implemented in the Colombo district. A final decision to conduct forthcoming New Year next week. And on news overseas, Indonesian President condemns suicide attack outside church. And with that we conclude this bulletin of news, and it's back to Victor Raj this afternoon to give us some good, beautiful instrumentals.